Still checking the headlines this morning. Gunmen abduct 7-year-old baby. 7 others in Taraba. This is from Daily Trust. Niger to arm vigilante with pump-action guns. NDLA uncovers cocaine cache in Anambra Monarch's Palace. Uniting our people, my priority. Maitangale. Any government that neglects women risks failure. Aisha Buhari celebrates from abroad, seeks end to abduction. Mind your language. Army wants Gumi. Mind your language. Army wants Gumi. Court adjourns El Zazaki's secret trial until the 31st of March. Women protest half naked against Anambra land grab for airports. APC has no vision, says Sule Lamido. Gunmen kidnap 19 in strike on Niger village. The aircraft that will bomb bandits and Sheikh Boko Haram. You find the picture here in Daily Trust. Yakubu gives Rex 7 days to submit 2023 election inventory. APC registers 2.5 million members in Kano. Ganduje, how to raise women's participation in politics. NCWD, appeal court upholds candidacy of Isayamu's running mate. Ondo House of Assembly denies EFCC invitation to Speaker. What do we have from Punch newspaper? Ogun Katsina, Anambra, 7 governors take to illegal local government caretaker panels. Ogun Katsina, Anambra, 7 governors take to illegal local government caretaker panels. Gumi, opinion merchant must stop divisive comments. Army, controversy as police recover lovers' corpses from Lagos hotel. Aisha Buhari breaks silence, laments incessant abduction of women. Still from Punch newspaper, 10 words with opposite meaning in Nigeria. 10 words with opposite meaning in Nigeria. NDLEA arrests notorious trafficker, stops US, China, UAE bound parcels. Vaccine distribution begins. Lagos orders wait. SGF, others take jobs. CAF cancels under 17 tournament. Ojukwu Varsity begins program in native medicine. Another governor flirts with a corrupted idiom. CP redeploys DPO orders for aiding COVID-19 violators, 113 arrested. All right, let's see what we have from Daily Times. Merchants making huge foreign exchange on COVID-19 vaccines. Merchants making huge foreign exchange on COVID-19 vaccines. Let's see some more from the Daily Times. Jonathan traces nation's economic downturn to COVID-19. No zoning of presidency to South in APC for 2023, says Yahaya Bello. No zoning of presidency to South in APC for 2023, says Yahaya Bello. UBTH experts offer free medical services to 500 residents in Edo. Competitive diaspora remittance market will engender naira stability. Edo APC decries increasing number of destitutes on Benin streets. Some more from the Daily Times. Airstrikes neutralize several bandits in Kaduna communities. Gani Adams raises alarm over killing of Yoruba man following arrest of alleged kidnapper Wakil. Gani Adams raises alarm over killing of Yoruba men following arrest of alleged kidnapper Wakil. Join politics for you have limitless potentials. Peter Obi urges women. Join politics, for you have limitless potentials. Peter Obi urges women who will resist Makinde joining APC, say stakeholders. Okay, let me take one more here before we go on a break. Naira for dollar MAN LCCI commend CBN's move to address forex squeeze. I'll be back in a bit with Austin Udumo to analyze some of these stories. Good morning to you.
To link your national identification number to your INT'L router, Wi-Fi or OTU device, kindly retrieve your NIN by dialing *346# and then go to www.intl.com.ng/NIN to submit your NIN for verification and pairing with your number immediately. INT'L, the smartphone network.
I refuse to be poor. Your efforts in life determine your speed to success and financial freedom. Therefore, trade with the Ranua Digital World. They are ready to teach you on how to make money and move to the next level through online marketing, online trading, as well as buying and selling on the internet, leading to you making profits on your wallet. We also show you how to transfer money to your bank account directly in any currency of your choice. The Ranua Digital World is government certified and approved. Many people who have partnered with us are financially free and capable. Don't miss out in this wonderful opportunity. Join the Ranua Digital World Seminar on Friday and Saturday at number 10.
Is it the multi you use this?
Building, and to take part in this golden trading opportunity, call 0812-347-5580 and 0907-296-0207. I refuse to be poor. Trade with the Ranua Digital World today and be free from poverty.
Uncle Dentist, what be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities?
Baby.
Say they use comfort?
No, dear. Now, home for teeth they cause most tooth pains will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
And the Nigerian Dental Association recommend Colgate.
Àwọn èèyàn mi ṣègbè nítorí àìmọ̀kan Ruben George Theological Seminary Ìbàdàn ẹ̀ka ilé ẹ̀kọ́ fásitì Àjàyí Crowther ti ń bẹ lọ́yọ̀ọ́ àti Christ for the Nations Institute Dallas ní USA ń ṣètò ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó kún fọ́fọ́ nípa ìmọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ìwé ẹ̀rí tó yọrantí nípa ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ìmọ̀ Ọlọ́run Diploma in Theology and Religious Studies Bachelor of Arts in Theology Postgraduate Diploma in Pastoral Studies
No, use that one. That's better.
Leadership and Pastoral Studies Master of Divinity Ǹjẹ́ àdúrà ìtọ́nìyàn jẹ́ kó lè lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin alàgbé ìṣòro àti ìrere
ó ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ change ilé so ibi tó wà nísìnyí. Táàbù máa pè mí ṣú aládùúgbò àṣẹjọ. Alódẹ ti tètè pè mí ìyá ìgbà tí ẹ ti lọ fún mọ́tò tó ń bá bọ̀.
Ruben George Theological Seminary, ilé ẹ̀kọ́ fún ẹ̀kọ́ nípa ìmọ̀ Ọlọ́run tó yọrantí.
This Naira for dollar policy.
Àwọn ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyíká rẹ̀
Talk about it.
nípasẹ̀ ìròyìn BBC
Ẹ ṣe
nílẹ̀
promo.
nítorí kí o tó lè tayọ o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n
Economy wa ṣe
ní
promo.
ìrísí pẹ̀lú àwọn oríṣiríṣi ìròyìn láti ibi àti káàkiri àgbáyé. Nígbà tí o bá ní ìmọ̀ nípa ohun tó ń lọ ní àgbáyé, o lè ṣe ohunkóhun. Mọ ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní àyíká rẹ̀, wá BBC News Yorùbá kàn.
Ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mi má jìnnà síbí o. Thank you for staying tuned, dear listener. Good morning to you. If you're just joining the program, it's the Break It On newspaper review on 32 FM 94.9. Austin Udumo is right here. Good morning to you, Austin.
Good morning, Tayo.
My name is Olutayo Ogunade. We go straight to the stories we have here. Yesterday was International Women's Day. We spoke about it. Of course, Dr. Jedokun was the one here in the studio. Duma for Women, Aisha Buhari charges leaders. As the world marked International Women's Day yesterday, the wife of the president, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, called on leaders across the country to do more to free women from biases. The call, as the federal government described Nigerian women as the bedrock of society and pledged address sanctions or actions against them. Do more for women. Aisha Buhari charges leaders. That I have here from the Guardian newspaper. I jump over to Premium Times, and from there, tenure extension. I can remain in office till 2023 2024. Adamu, the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has told the Federal High Court in Abuja that the law permits him to remain in office till either 2023 or 2024. He said this in his court document filed to counter a suit challenging the 3-month extension granted him by President Muhammadu Buhari in February. Tenure extension, I can remain in office till 2023 or 2024. Adamu. Austin Dumo, good morning to you once again.
Yes, good morning.
Just as Baby Shemi is also saying good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Austin.
Baby, good morning. Yes, let's start from doing more for women as canvassed by the wife of the president. Then the major question this morning is, where is Aisha Buhari? Where is she speaking from?
Like they said, she spoke from the abroad.
Yes, she's still missing in action. She represents the women. She has always spoken for the interests of the country. But I think it is high time the wife of the president comes back home to actually feel the way the Nigerian women feels, and by extension to actually rally around the Nigerian people about the happenings in the country. I do not think it is all well and good for the wife of the president to be far away in Dubai for the past 6 months or so, using taxpayers' money to finance our bill and our stay over there. So we really need to do more for women. We must create an enabling environment for them because they are most vulnerable in terms of attack and what have you. We also look at women empowerment. When you empower a woman, you build a nation. That is what it means. So we must get it right from that level because they also help in inculcating the value system into the young ones to also be future of the country in the days ahead. So no matter what we do for women, I think it will definitely not be enough. But Nigeria must start from somewhere. Let's also look at the girl child education. Let's also look at the issue of forced marriage that is prevalent in some sections of the country. Then we must change our perception, always thinking that every woman must end up in the kitchen or every woman must end up at home. We must change that way of thinking, for example, because if we give road to women, we educate them properly, we also empower them properly, they will also help in nation building. So I think the government must redefine its template. Then this 35% affirmation too. The president has also showcased the number of women in his cabinet, about 7 female member in the current cabinet. 7 out of 42 cabinet member, in my view, is still less than 35% in terms of representation. So we can also do more at federal level, even at state level, by ensuring that we allow women to take strategic position in our nation. So if we are able to do that, I think we will be able to move forward as a country.
All right, let's look at this side by side. The appointment made by Joe Biden. He names 2 women generals to lead military commands.
Yes, I think we really have to also look at the level of military too. I think the first Nigerian woman to attain the position of, I think, a major general in the Nigerian army was one Mrs. Kale, the mother of the current statistician general of the country, the DG, Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. And so we must encourage women in position. She did relatively well as far as that role is concerned. We want to see more women as commissioner of police. We want to see more women general. We want to see more women directors. They can always do it. We need their input to be able to move forward as a country. Look at the number of women, for example, apart from this latest appointment that Joe Biden, the president of the United States of America, has made. Right from even before, immediately after winning the election, before even his inauguration, he has appointed a number of women. So it means that there is this can-do spirit in every woman. So we must develop that spirit and bring it out to reflect the tenet of a viable and good society that we live in as a people.
I'm so confident that women will like me for what I just heard this morning. Of course, fighting the cause of the women, right?
Yes.
Over to you, baby.
Well, it's a good thing you're doing that anyway. I would also the problem, especially with appointing women in this part of the world, is because there's a kind of mentality that comes with it, and I think Austin mentioned that already, which is the fact that women are always capable of doing these things, but there's always this fear that, oh, maybe when women are in the position of power, they misuse the opportunity and all of that. How do we try to clear that mentality?
Yes, if you look at the people over time that has actually abused or misused power, I think the generality is common amongst men. That is the point. That does not mean that anybody can fail. We need to properly educate people. Look at the story of people like Okojo Iweala, for example, the Kemi Adeosun of this world, for example. You understand? These are people who delivered on their core mandate. Apart from other associated issues, you cannot hold them by the jugular that these people have not been able to perform their role even convincingly beyond reasonable doubt. So that is the point we are making. So I'm just saying that as a man, there are factors that can make you fail.
So abuse of power is not a woman thing, it's a human thing.
Yes, it has to do with humanity. You can't just limit it to that of maybe a woman or what have you. Let's look at various positions, for example, political position and what have you, wherein as a lot of women fail. So these are issues that we put on the front burner. So we cannot use that as an excuse. We want to also see in the days ahead that our political space will be more sophisticated and more mature, electronically driven, in such a way that we see a woman elected as governor, we see a woman dominating the parliament, we see women also coming up to actually hold key and sensitive positions, not just elective appointed position wherein you can be appointed and be fired. So we want to also showcase the possibility and the credibility of the woman. So in the days ahead, let's see how we can encourage women. Let's stop violence against women. Let's stop gender inequality in the land. Let us see the woman too as partner in progress, as a counterpart. You know, your counterpart most often time does not have to necessarily mean a weaker person. You understand? So let's see women as a co-pilot in the affairs of the country, either politically, managerially, or otherwise.
Bishop Kuka is in the news, and it said the delivery of governance in Nigeria has been stalled due to accidental leadership with no proper succession plans.
Yes, when we talk about accidental leadership, I don't know a lot how many people have read the El-Rufai accidental public servant. People who, as a result of maybe influence and special anointing, making them to assume some position that they never prepared for. You understand? If you look at some of these things, I think it is really very uncommon in the country where you see people who aspire to be president or to be governor, and at the end of the day getting to such position. We have always seen the issue of overriding political influence, wherein some people were not prepared. Look at the case of Umaru Yar'Adua as an example. He never wanted to be president of the country. He only managed, based on his set, to do a second time as a governor of the state.
Let me quote him. He said Buhari had already said after he tried in 2011, I am done. I'm no longer interested. Yar'Adua had already said, I am done. I want to go back to the classroom. Obasanjo was brought from prison to become president. This is quoting Bishop Kuka. And so he said, most of these guys are not prepared, you know.
Yes, they are not prepared. That is the reason why we have the issue of development that we have in the country, underdevelopment that we have in the country. Even in the case of Shagari too, some people came together to say, oh, let us make him the president of the country. So for me, I think we should look for a way to recreate the system in such a way that credible people will be thrown up at every leadership opportunity in Nigeria. Because if you are not prepared for leadership, maybe because of political influence, some people sit somewhere, they anoint you as their candidate. At the end of the day, you will not be able to do more. And we have seen that over time. By the time people are voted into office as governor, they will use the first 1 or 2 years to do a sample the first 1 or 2 years to actually do a trial and error because they don't have the blueprint. They don't have the mindset that, oh, this is what I'm going to do. In short, you even see some people contesting for governor multiple times, maybe not once, not twice, and at the end of the day, they get into the office, they still find it difficult to deliver on their mandate. Look at President Muhammadu Buhari, for example, somebody that has been contesting from 2003. In short, the first tenure of Mr. President, it took him 6 months to be able to appoint cabinet minister. And a lot of us wonder, if you have always contested, I know that before you even contest, you must have had the name of people you want to work with. Then, as a result of time, maybe some people have died, some people are no longer in your political camp, you just begin to edit them. Look at the United States of America, for example. Major appointments have been made before the inauguration of the president. Why? Because these are people that have the mindset that, oh, this is what I want to do. Before they throw in their heart into the ring, they will already have the template, what they are. Let us not go to the west too far. Let's come to South Africa, for example. The South Africa president started making appointments 24 hours after winning that election, not even inauguration. We are talking about election. You have won election, you know the people that you work with, you know key components of your appointment, like the chief of staff, like the personal secretary, and what have you. Even the cabinet member, it shouldn't take you more than a month to be able to assemble your cabinet member. And at the end of the day, a lot of people will delay. We have had a governor now for the past 3 months after inauguration, no commissioner. And they will tell you, and at the end of the day, the list they will submit, you still discover that they are the list of the same set of people, not that an agent is going to make that list or what have you. So we must prepare for governance. What Asan Kuka has just said is another call for us this morning to also look in the direction of throwing up credible candidates that vie legitimately for position, and candidates that are ever ready to deliver on their mandate.
Now, these people who are, who are the ones who perform the anointing service, so to say, to, they sit together to decide, oh, this is the person we want. Why can't they themselves come out to say, I want to contest the election?
Necessarily, it does not have to go that way. There are some people who will look at themselves as kingmakers or what have you. Asan Kuka also talked about the succession plan that is currently lacking in the Nigerian political space. Anybody just come. You even find members of the same party, I give you example, who will not be able to follow through. Unlike in the Senate clan, if you belong to a particular political party, anybody anywhere can predict how your government will look like.
Succession plan and adoption of candidates, is it the same thing?
Of course, no. Succession plan is that there is a system that is working. Whosoever that comes in, the institution are strengthened to checkmate the person. For example, if we have the original master plan for Ibadan, irrespective of the party that produces the governor, you must be able to follow the template. That is what we are talking about. I think it is quite different from selection of candidate. We also condemn a position of candidate, but there must be a template on which any government that comes in power should run. Let's look at completion of ongoing project, for example. We have had issues of the same party. When Obasanjo left, Yar'Adua came on board. He suspended some projects that Obasanjo were already embarking on at that particular point in time. The IPP, Independent Power Project, were suspended. He started his own 7-point agenda, and at the end of the day, we couldn't find the bearing as far as the Nigerian common interest is concerned. So we must create a system that works for the people.
And if we look at Lagos, even though Tinubu still has some grounds against or asked to grind with the former governor, Ambode, all right, Sanwo-Olu has continued in the projects, that Ambode started.
That is how it should be. If we have a master plan, there should be continuity, irrespective of who the party that produces the governor or the president. Look at some of the things Tinubu started. Fashola continued from there. When Fashola stopped, Ambode continued. And now look at the Agege Pen Cinema flyover. Somebody initiated that project because it was already part of the master plan. So we must also allow Nigeria to work that way. That does not necessarily mean that a godfather somewhere will have to dictate every now and then. There are some ongoing projects in Lagos or some design in Lagos of how Lagos should be. Even if opposition should take over, there are things they can't afford but just to do it for the purpose and the benefit of the people. That is the type of Nigeria we are looking for, not Nigeria where people who are not ready for governance will come. You know, you can still be imposed and still do well. Is it not possible? You can still be imposed and still do well. So it is because of the factor that a lot of people that most of the time are imposed are not actually ready. They are imposed to do the bidding of their paymaster, which is their political godfather.
When we return from this break, we talk about the CBN promo. Okay. Have you heard about the CBN promo? Send $1, get 5 naira free. We'll be back in a bit. Please stay tuned.
Agbe story collect. Agbe story.
Adamu, we'll come back to it.
Okay.
Channel extension.
Okay.
Collect with me. Oh yeah. I'm going to track man. Show you go that. If you don't come in, you believe what they student time at all. So my work out, David I'm out there. And you bring them up in German on it. I'll mark on it because I don't come.
But what's it also for? I will ask you again.
Do you dial *406# to join? Everywhere you go, INT'L. Lights, camera, wake on.
No, it's not an act. This is my life. In the bright light, see blessings that will follow me. From small beginnings to big brother. From the chances I take.
Promo last till May.
I am a rapper, a singer, a winner. So when they turn the lights on, they see I am late on.
Watch, I am wake on.
What's the class?
Offer Shekiri for Western class.
So many recipes, creating memories. Every day and every night, running families. 60 years of joy, giving love.
What's your song, Kenisha?
Foods is celebrating 60 years at the heart of the family.
Charles! Yes, mommy? Go and bring 2 sachets of hyper bleach for me. Why 2? Because I'm using 1 to soak the whites and using 1 to kill all the germs. But I don't see any germs here. They are so tiny you can't see them. But they are there. And that is why I trust only hyper bleach to kill them all.
Make your white fabrics whiter and your household free of illness causing germs and viruses with the disinfecting power of hypo bleach. Láti gòkè àgbòrà láyé èèyàn nílò ìtọ́sọ́nà ẹni tó mọ̀nà débi àṣeyọrí. FMH International HR àwọn ni gbajúgbajà akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ alárinà tó mọ ojúlẹ̀jà bá ti tọ́ni sọ́nà finimọ̀nà nípa bí gbogbo ìwáṣẹ́ṣe lè pàdé àwọn olùgbanisíṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR alábàáṣepọ̀ gidi ni wọ́n jẹ́ pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group láti jùmọ̀ tọpinpin wàhálà táwọn ọmọlẹ̀ yìí ń kojú nídìí ìgbìyànjú ajé lọ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ international migration àti international labour activities.
Ǹjẹ́ tí ẹ mọ̀ pé o nílò ìmọ̀ tó jinlẹ̀ dáadáa nípa ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé láwọn pápákọ̀ òfurufú tó fẹ́ gbà sọdá sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí United Nations Volunteer Research Group pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ FMH International HR ṣe research lórí ẹ̀dùn ọkàn àti ìpèníjà tẹ́ ẹ bá ní questionnaires táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ FMH bá fún yín lágbègbè yín lẹ́yìn ṣàlàyé ìrírí yín sí.
Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ kan sí wọn ní 3rd and 9th floor Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn.
Telephone 0817 4444 627
àti 081 68 73 7222.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Record on Newspaper Review on 32 FM 94.9. And back to the story we took the headline before we went on that break. Tayo had talked about a CBN promo that is ongoing, and this is in the Premium Times. And it says Naira falls as CBN introduces Forex promo. The CBN has now directed all deposit money banks and international money transfer operators to henceforth pay recipients of diaspora remittances 5 naira for every $1 received as inflow. That was because the naira fell marginally against the US dollar on the investors and exporters window of the foreign exchange markets on Monday, which is the first business day after the CBN announced a new incentive for diaspora remittances.
Yes, promo indeed. The naira has become lost its value to the extent that this type of policy could come on board. I think one of the major area the CBN want to, an objective of the CBN as far as this policy is concerned, is to ensure that these foreign currencies are brought into the country through legitimate and official means. You understand? Through international monetary transfer agencies within the country. That is the goal of the CBN. However, this is devaluation of the naira unofficially, I would say through the back door, because you are giving the naira 5 naira as incentive for those who bring in this forex, which means that the aim of the CBN is to shore up the foreign reserve. Then how do we achieve that at the end of the day? Does this now eliminate the other sources, which we call illegal sources of money transfer into the country? So the CBN must watch this policy very cautiously, so that it will not be counterproductive at the end of the day. So the pure and simple aspect of this policy is that the Nigerian currency has continued to slow dive, lose its value almost on a daily basis. So let's see between now and May where the offer lasts. Let's see how the CBN through this policy will be able to ensure that the foreign reserve of the country goes up, because anything short of that, it means that the policy will be counterproductive. It's a bold step of the CBN. Well, rather than just devaluing the naira by fiat, they decide to come up with this policy. It's just like clearing when you bring cars into the country. You know, you avoid the Lagos port because of the clearing fee. You understand? So you take it through the bush. So if government should use their wisdom to bring down the cost of duty, it will encourage more people. I'm just using that as an analogy. It will encourage more people to pass through the official, yes, the official and the legal channel. So that is what the CBN is trying to do. So let's hope that at the end of the day, this policy will work well with effective monitoring.
Some feel that it's good, but it's coming rather late. You know, the giveaway, you know, that we're having now.
Yes, if you
look at this also side by side, the conversation on cryptocurrency and all that, they've seen that they are dispensable, and so they need to go this route to ensure they also stay relevant and to give the naira some boost.
Yes, if at the end of the day we are able to get results, like the thought that this should have come earlier. If it had come earlier, it will have helped the CBN in their current weekly finance of strengthening the naira through the export and import window, wherein the CBN will have to stabilize the naira over time. That fund for stability is depleting the foreign reserve. So I think that is why the CBN is coming with this. On the issue of digital currency, I feel so strongly from the information at our disposal that the government is trying to rethink that particular idea, because it was a mono approach at addressing the issue. You can now have a ministry or an agency under the Ministry of Communication that is called Digital Economy, and you are also waging war against digital currency. Of course, cryptocurrencies are not legal tender in Nigeria, but there is a way we can also work the process, enhance effective regulation. Even the normal naira, the excuse the CBN has given is that it poses a lot of risk to investors. The normal naira too also have some level of shocks, some level of risk, if not better regulated. So we must all find a middle point. Rather than outright prohibition, we look for effective regulation, because it will make the economy to also stay afloat and get some people busy to earn legitimate income.
Yeah, I hope this is not one of the policies that the CBN would reel out or give a directive, and then at the end of the day, we have to beg banks to follow the directive.
Let's see how it goes. But in terms of monetary policy, I think over time, in recent time too, the CBN has done exceptionally well. In terms of fiscal policy, they have little or nothing to actually do. That is left for those who are in government, who have been appointed or elected to work for the people. So for monetary policy, I think CBN is doing well. Let's see how it goes.
Hello, good morning. All right. Good morning, comrade.
Let me first comment the reaction of the Nigerian military to Sheikh Ahmad Gumi. I really want to for them to start a note of warning to him to mind his speech. Now, yesterday was a International Women's Day. There was a lady police officer who was dismissed based on the fact that she got pregnant outside wedlock. We have not heard anything about that issue again. And I want to call on Federation of Women Lawyers and other stakeholders to stand up to make sure that we see the law.
Hello. Oh, we lost that. You can try reach us again. The number is 0906 2000 949 or 0809 7000 949. 0906 2000 949 0809 7000 949.
All right, sir. Good morning. Hello. The headline you read that says APC has no vision for Nigerians. Chief from Ibadan. Oh, really? Okay. Let's take this one. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. All right. Go on.
The CBN policy of doing promo with our naira. You see, this is more like policy somersault for me. If you look critically into naira now, it's gradually turning to a piece of paper. And this is not good for our economy. It is not good for economy at all. If you want the currency of this nation to have value, what we need to do is to increase activity as a nation. What we are selling at the international market is only one commodity. One. I don't really want Nigeria.
Oh, we lost that call as well. You can try reach us again. I don't know if something is wrong with the phone line. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
All right, please go ahead.
Life of anybody, but let's cancel that one for now. Let's come to the security of our people here in the south. You said aftermath of the arrest of that notorious kidnapper,
you should work on
4 people were killed yesterday. When I saw the bodies
there was a time in Nigeria until value naira to $20. Now we are now using 5 naira to subsidize dollar.
Is that the purpose of
half naira subsidize dollar? Give us dollar, we give you cent.
Is it how we're watching the party-led government to be killing our people here in the south? And our people here in the south, are we going to be watching their banners anywhere we see them without killing them now? If their promise, their change for us in the south is to kill us. I want to let them know that by 2023, we don't want to see the banners everywhere in the south again. That's the best of today.
All right. Thank you very much. Your point has been made. 0906 2000 949 0809 7000 949. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, go on.
I'm also a journalist. I think that this CBN policy is voodoo economy. It is not the way to run a nation's currency policy. That's my personal opinion. Good morning.
Thank
Right.
you
Thank
for
you
your
very much,
contribution.
Stephen.
Okay, Cash Crunch reduces National Assembly sittings to once a week and 10 extension. I can remain in office till 2023 or 2024. Adam, we go on a short break now. When we return, we'll talk a little about this and take more calls. Please stay tuned.
Honey, must you go?
Cash crunch. Ṣé budget wọn?
Àbí headline pa ẹni ẹyẹ kan là ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ a máa jókòó àádọ́ 30 minutes lórí ẹyẹ àádọ́ àbí headlines máa ń nìsín.
Ṣé budget wọn reduce national assembly?
I was
Make this thing part time for God's sake. Make this thing part time. The money láti sit, I will fly in from Ibadan. Not that you give them apartments, you service them in Abuja.
You're not doing anything back home.
Your office will be in your house.
You mean no one need office? You need consistency for 2 months.
Kí ló ń ṣe wọ́n ń lu ìta ń ṣe báyìí náà?
Wọ́n á ra lé sáwọn.
House of Rep member, a senator within 4 years, ó máa ra lé sí Maitama. Ṣé Sáláì ló fi rà á?
Once a week. So why can't you work from home? No time.
They can't.
You can imagine the time you lọ ní kíkíní di 7:30. A kàn máa gbà kọ́, a máa sọ̀rọ̀, a máa gbà kọ́, a máa sọ̀rọ̀ ni.
Yes, I can already hear the sound of greatness as Nigerian Idol returns with
Kini, why did they say they want to reduce this one?
Cash crunch.
Ìgbà tó ń fi billions tún microphone ṣe
Irọ́ ni spin kíní lélẹ̀ yìí. Ìwọ gbọ́ rí pé owó kò sówó lọ́rùn wọn ọ̀rọ̀ owó ni.
Ìgbà tó máa resume after lockdown last year. Wọ́n láwọn tún kí ló ń jẹ́ ṣe.
Let's make it part time.
But they said they wanted to digitalize.
If you want to consider budget, you convey. If you want to look at if you want to ratify appointment.
Because they are not even seeing what they are doing. Somebody will bring bill. Tí bill lè bá ti pé wọn under the carpet.
Ó ní mò ń sọ ìgbà COVID yẹn aṣọ nǹkan kan bí innovation láti relapse. Say bá a ṣe ń ṣe there's something wrong with the human nature, particularly here, that you can't just adopt a new system.
They were able to cope and ṣe virtual classes.
Àti tó padà
Send
sí
notes or àti padà sí ẹsẹ̀ àárọ̀. That will have helped to digitalize the system.
Yes.
And it's also
Mo ti rò pé wọ́n ní wọ́n fẹ́ ìgbà tí wọ́n fẹ́ digitalize house ńgbà yẹn. Mo ti wò pé àọ́pẹ́ o.
Wọ́n lè máa ṣe kí ni wọ́n láti lè.
Ẹni kí ló ń ṣe? Tébù wọn, wọ́n fi microphone sí.
Wọ́n fi microphone àti
Screen irọ́. Screen tó máa wá sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ máa tún ṣe every month pé wọ́n fẹ́ maintain every month wọ́n tún máa dowó lù.
Natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
In my head I was like, bóyá they want to start sitting from home o.
Hey, Austin Dumo, Adenaira promo. Méjì wa.
kéèyàn lọ wá dọ́là.
Kí ni mi ò tí ì rí tán.
Kéèyàn lọ wá dọ́là mi.
Round tripping máa tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣẹlẹ̀. Then tó bá gbóhùn yẹn wọlé ṣọ́ máa yẹ kí n lè access owó mi. Kí n kó foreign currency wọlé.
No, ìwọ máa fún wọn ní dọ́là ni. Dọ́là làwa ní.
Téèyàn bá send dollar látàn ẹni yẹn ló máa gba promo.
No, on every dollar you get $5.
On every dollar you send. So if you are the one sending dollar too, you will collect the $1 dollar.
If you share 16 coconuts among 4 people, what will each get?
Dọ́là yẹn làwa ní.
That's interesting.
Dollar yẹn lè ṣáà ní ìdá. Bó láti máa jáde lọ́wọ́ manufacture dollar
rẹ̀.
rẹ̀.
Tá à ń ṣe àwọn stupid policies wọ̀nyí torí pé a lè produce anything.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni,
láti hẹ́ ni.
products kan là ń.
That's why we say.
Èmo onímọ̀ ẹ̀dá pariwo
diversification.
Ọ̀sìn náà rè. Ó ní iye ìgbà láti pariwo diversification. Mo sọ convention we had it 3 years ago. Consistently every other day. Bọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀ṣọ́ máa ń pariwo restructuring ní ìsìnlá pariwo diversification. Nothing has been done about it. Let's stay that go straight.
Hello, good morning. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Falado.
security criminality, into electricity issue. That's what he's trying to do. If you make it out a demand, then this so-called bandit demand is just to kidnap and collect ransom. So what is this man deciding? So to me personally, I think the revolution should be watchful. We should go back to history, 1983. Because the people surrounding him, they know what they're doing. To me personally, they know what they're doing. So power is not a bed of roses that we just say that what we're doing. So thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir.
For your contribution. The two chambers of the National Assembly may not meet the mandatory constitutional requirement of 181 sittings yearly because of reduction in number of sitting days to once a week. Austin, we have this one here. Let's take this call. We'll get a reaction after this call. Hello. It's good to have you.
Who wanted to know the position of the woman police officer that was dismissed? And let me tell you that Ondo State government has taken up the matter. Ondo State government has gone to court to challenge the legality otherwise of the dismissal. And so Austin was taking with, yes, said we have had a winning president. I agree with him, who eventually became president. In the 1979, and the late Alhaji Adamu Chiroma was the one that was supposed to be the president of MTN then. Unfortunately, Alhaji Sheikh Adamu was kicked from Congress. But if you can read them, or if you can read them forth in terms of performance, those who are winning and eventually became president were do better off than them. That is the question I want to ask him. Good morning, John Njoku.
All right. Good morning to you, Mr. John Njoku. All right, let's take Austin's reaction.
He said those who were willing. Maybe perhaps talking about President Muhammadu Buhari, and somebody also said earlier that the president has said after the 2011 presidential election, he will not contest again, which means that at that particular point in time, he was no longer willing until some people perhaps prevail on him to come. We must look at the system that will throw up credible candidates.
All right, comrade.
In respect of that female police officer, I believe that all stakeholders, we cannot just read that story and take away our eyes from it like that. It is in respect of the discrimination. If you look at most of our religious center, religious organization, there is high discrimination against women.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, I think like John Ojoko said this morning, the case is currently in the court for the female police officer. Let's see how it goes, because the law the police rely on to sack her has been repealed in 2020. The National Assembly, rather than a day in a week to work, I think we should rather go back to part-time legislation. If we go to part-time sitting, it will be better, rather than the nation housing you in Abuja.
Do they make the 181 sittings even before now?
That is the issue.
All the
I think because of economic instability and financial issue, we should make it a part-time. If I need to go to the National Assembly, I will leave Ibadan and go to the National Assembly, not me stay in Abuja, abandoning my constituency. I don't know, when they talk about cash crunch, I don't know what they mean by that, because their budget even increased for this year, 2021, from 125 to 128. That was what the president made for them.
A small screen?
Yes.
This?
I think so. 3 billion extra. They further jacked it up after appropriation to about 133 billion naira. So for me, I don't know what they talk about if with this cash crunch. So let us advocate for a parliamentary representative, a parliamentary representation that you can even work from home. Because if you have to be in office once in a week, you can as well work from home. Working from home is not your home in Abuja, your home from your constituency, from your state. Because these people, by the time they get to Abuja, they are disconnected from their people. So I don't think this should fly in the country. Because like Tayo also said, even the 180 or 181 days, most often time, they don't actually meet this demand to Nigeria. So we are just servicing them for nothing.
All right, before we go,
anything on Adamu before we go?
Yes, on Adamu, I think it's an aberration, because Adamu is relying on 2020 Police Act, and the 2020 Police Act also states expressly that an Inspector General of Police shall be appointed as a serving member of the Nigerian Police Force. He was appointed before the 2020 Act, so he can't rely on the 2020 Act that tenured the office of the IGP. So all of these are a form of illegality, and it cannot fly.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us today. Tomorrow morning will be another time for you to join us at 6 a.m. all the way to 7 a.m. for another edition of the Break of Dawn Newspaper Review. My name is Bemisola Shuyemi. Have a great day ahead.
All right. Gbemi Falana is the studio manager. And Olutayo Ogmade. Good morning to you, dear listener. Is he smiling?
That was very nice to you. Now people are
I was going to say, let the pursue us, but I will not talk.
People are talking about who? Méjì ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Kaloma dollar o gbé mi.
Wọ́n ní kaloma $1 ọ̀sẹ̀ ti rí. $5. Yeah, like $1,000.
Funny enough, it's having a negative effect. I don't know why. Now price naira it's wicked. It's wicked.
Ìpolówó ti wá ta ni mo ṣe kí ló lè fà á? Ẹgbẹ́ nǹkan. Ìfà tó máa ń fà á ni pé ní kékeré irú yẹn ti fẹ́ ja dídí mu gàrí débi pé ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn ẹja gan protest. Ìgbà tí ẹ tún dàgbà tọkùnrin bá gbé yín jáde ẹ máa ní I want catfish pepper soup, I want local barbecue. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń jẹ́ lẹ́dẹ̀ máa gba kékeré. Ẹlẹ́dàá àwọn ẹja tẹ́ ti jẹ́ ń jẹkújẹ ló wá ń padà dá fún